All right, hey guys, this is TsubakiSwagg, and I'm coming to you with my review of The Testament of Sister New Devil, episode 9, The Merits and Demerits of Master Servant Pact. And this episode was pretty much like half the episode, like most of these episodes. It was pretty much just a porno, and it was funny because Yuki was really, she wanted to enjoy it, which was the bad part because whenever it happened to Mio did not want to enjoy it, but she ended up enjoying it anyways, which made it better and worse for herself. But um just this episode, Yuki got it on with Basara, and she bettered her pact with him faster than Mio did because she submitted way more than Mio would. So Yuki is finally has a master servant pact with Basara, and they just went through that whole spiel of doing the do. And Maria was recording it, of course. So they all they were all taking a bath together, and we see Zolgia. It turns out that demon that was following them previously is Zolgia's like servant, and Zolgia was the demon that killed Mio's, I guess, foster parents, the people who watched over her for most of her life. So he was the one who killed them, and he killed them right in front of her. And I think he would have killed her if Maria hadn't saved her. So Maria snatched her up, and that showed how her and Maria met. And like Maria saved her and has been watching over her since then. And they went to school the next day, and they were all in gym class together. And Mio and Yuki were like getting along and being happy together. And Takagawa, he was pretty much like, they were pretty much got along like oil and water, and now they're close. And Basara, he messed up his finger, so he went to the nurse's office, and he was talking to the nurse, and the nurse was pretty much asking him like, how is he doing, is he not stressing out as much, blah blah blah. And she was like, just don't overdo it, don't push yourself too hard because you'll mess yourself up that way. So he left out the nurse's office, and he went to the locker room to change, and this girl came up. He said her name, but I don't remember. She wasn't important. This girl came up and was trying to seduce him, and she was like, so Mio told me that you did all these lewd things to her multiple times. And she asked if he was going out with her or if he was going out with Yuki. And then she was like, so maybe I have a chance to actually be with you, blah blah blah. And she pinned him down on the ground. And of course, while all that was happening, Yuki and Mio popped up, and they were like, you were taking too long to get ready, so we just wanted to come see what was going on. And it turns out that you have a girl on top of you. So it turns out that she was actually being controlled by somebody. Yuki tried to cut her, and she moved away. So he was like, and Mio, of course, ran out the room because Mio is very dramatic. And Basara was like, so can you take care of this? And he ran after Mio, and then the girl was like, so he dumped both of us. And she was like, no, you're the only one who got dumped, blah blah blah. And then another girl came up, and they were like, so we should call the cops because you got a sword in here, you're not supposed to have a weapon in school, whatever. So I guess Yuki handled it because Basara told her before he left not to overdo it, and she was like, that's impossible now. So I don't know what she did, but she was able to get away from them. And Mio, while she was running away, and she stopped at one point, she was like, I don't understand why this hurts so much. It wasn't even bad when she was watching it happen to Yuki, but the fact that she saw him doing it with somebody else made her really upset, and it was really hard on her. So Maria popped up out of nowhere and tried to saved her. And then Zolgia's servant popped up, and she took them to the demon world. So Basara, he couldn't make it in time, and he tried to sense Mio, and he couldn't. He could only sense Yuki. So he found, Basara went to go find Takagawa at that point. And we see like Mio is chained to a wall, and Zolgia walks up, and Mio is just like not cursing at him without cursing, and she's telling him that I'm gonna kill you and all this kind of stuff. And Zolgia was pretty much about to fondle her when Maria came up out of nowhere and gave him an orb, and the acting demon lord was talking to him, telling him that he needed him on a mission, blah blah blah. And he was like, okay, so I'll leave. And he was like, as soon as I come back, you're going to be mine. And Maria, like after the servant walked away, Maria was still there, and Mio, she looked so upset. She was like, so all this time you've been like deceiving me. You deceived me this whole time we've been together. And she was pretty much like, yeah, Mio Sama. So after that, we see Basara. He confronts Takagawa, and he was like, you need to tell me where they are, and if you don't, I will beat it out of you, pretty much. And he tries to attack him, and Takagawa was like, I thought that I could have like one friend in this world, and that friendship was very short-lived. And he starts like attacking Basara, and then it cuts back to the demon world. And well, first we see like Takagawa, he pretty much told Basara before Basara attacked him that because of the Master Servant Pact, even though it's really not so much active because of where they are and they're inside of Zolgia's barrier, that even if somebody else touches Mio, it will pretty much kill her because it's not Basara and they have a pact. So if he doesn't find a way to get to her, then Mio is pretty much good as dead. And Basara was upset about this. And then at the end, we see like Takagawa, his name is, I can't remember what his name is to them, but Takagawa pretty much brought Basara to the castle, I believe is where they're at. And he was like, I have an offering for you, I need Mio. And he was like, I can trade you him for her. And he was like, I know it's not going to be free, so you can have him and I'll just take her. And then that was the end of the episode. This episode, it made me so freaking angry, because I was like, why would Maria, like they said that Maria, she traded on Mio because her family got involved, because she was originally under Zolgia, and then when she stole Mio away, Zolgia like took her family or something like that, which I can understand why, but she's been with Mio for so long, why would you do that to her? Which really made me mad. Hopefully Maria redeems herself, because at this point I have so much animosity towards Maria, it's not even funny. So yeah, this episode, it was really interesting, and I really want to see what happens next week. Hopefully it's not as much of the porno and more of the action, because I love the action part of the show. There's just not a whole lot of it. So yeah, so as always, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about the way things turned out? But please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps with a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.